Hey everyone, what's going on? Welcome to the channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Tyler. I make videos about college, career, and Andrew Yang. And today I want to talk about what Andrew Yang needs to do in order to win Democratic debate number 5. And let me tell you guys, debate 5, this is the big one, because I don't know about you, but personally for me, back in 2015 when I was politically disengaged and really didn't follow politics at all, around November was pretty much the first time I even thought about the 2020 or the upcoming election cycle. And apparently I'm not alone, because according to Google Trends, the topic of the 2020 United States election is pretty much surging. And although this is technically debate number 5, I think that we should treat this as more of like debate number 1, just because so many new people are tuning in. And with that said, it is very important that Andrew Yang makes a very strong impression. Alright, so with that said, first I'm going to talk about what Andrew Yang should, say in the first place, and what he should talk about during the actual debate and his performance. And then I'm going to get into his kind of like trademark surprise that he usually gives during all the debates. Okay, so the first thing right off the bat that Andrew Yang needs to say is pretty much give a summary of all his strongest points. He needs to talk about the freedom dividend, and he needs to talk about the fact that the reason why Donald Trump is president is because we automated 4 million manufacturing jobs in Iowa, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Ohio, and all the swing states. And while to us who have been following Andrew Yang for the past 6 months, this point seems kind of redundant, we need to keep in mind that there are people who are tuning in for the very first time during this debate who don't even know who Andrew Yang is. That's why it's really important to really solidify who Andrew Yang really is in the first place and what he stands for. Next, so moving on from there, I think Andrew Yang should address what people don't like about him. And from my own experience and knowledge, it seems like people tend to not like him because of his stance on Medicare for all. And I'm gonna be honest here, I don't quite understand the nuanced differences between Andrew Yang's Medicare for all and traditional or whatever people think of when they think of Medicare for all. But it is clear that people don't like Andrew Yang or aren't gonna support him because of this. And I think it's really important to at least address any misconceptions people might have about Andrew Yang's thoughts on Medicare for all and how his like process is a little bit different. And the reason why I think it's important for him to talk about Medicare for all is because this is one of the topics that people have been caring about for like decades now. And one of the most important things about marketing is really talking about something that people already care about. So people already know about Medicare for all, and people are already looking and waiting to see what these candidates have to say about it. But when Andrew Yang, if Andrew Yang only talks about, automation, your job's gonna get automated in like a year and a half, people are gonna be kind of thrown aback or really not pay attention or think he's like crazy or something. And the last thing that I think that he should personally address is the fact that so many other candidates are adopting his ideas. Now, I don't necessarily want him to like throw shade at these other candidates and just like throw them under the bus and everything, but I think it's important for people to know that, look, all these ideas came from this one guy, not me, but like Andrew Yang, right? Rather than like they're just collectively agreeing upon this problem that they just, found out or anything like that. But yeah, I think Andrew Yang is still coming across as a little bit passive during these debates, and I think he really needs to step up. And I know this is a problem that he's been struggling with and slowly, improving upon with each coming debate, but he really needs to like put his foot down, freaking interject with other candidates, and ultimately he needs to talk more. Now, I understand his words carry more weight. He doesn't need to say as much in order to get his point across. But with that said, that doesn't mean that he shouldn't be talking more in the first place. So yeah, that's pretty much the 3 things I think that Andrew Yang needs to do in order to win debate number 5. And now let's move on to the surprise. This is my own personal opinion, but I think that Andrew Yang should bring out 2 surprises. The first one being something that we just didn't even expect. It's something we never saw before. It's something that he's never done before. I'm just gonna leave it at that because I can't even try to like imagine what he's gonna do. But the second thing is he needs to bring back the UBI contest. Here's why. So we understand that in debate 2 he brought up this UBI contest and people were kind of like shocked, but it turned out that it really worked, and tons of people entering their email in and freaking getting on his email list, and he just stood out during that debate because he announced that contest. That said, and going back to the first point I made about debate number 5 really being treated as debate number 1, there are going to be millions of people who have never heard of him in the first place. With that knowledge, doesn't it make sense to run his most successful debate surprise in order to, again, get millions on his email list, get millions of people looking up his policies, going on his website, watching the Joe Rogan podcast and all the other numerous podcasts and long form media that he's been able to kind of like really throw out all of his ideas, and then you're sitting there and you listen to it and you're like, oh my god, this makes so much sense, we need to get Andrew Yang elected. Yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. I think Andrew Yang should put on 2 surprises. Definitely run the UBI contest again, because people are just attracted to that. Like, people, when they see a contest and when you can win money from a contest, people are gonna sign up for that. Guys, I'm super excited for next Wednesday. I just have a feeling that Andrew Yang is gonna absolutely kill it. With that said, please leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it and you want to support me. Share this video to the rest of the Yang Gang to get the message across. And hit the bell notification icon and subscribe to get these videos right to you. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.